I remember kind of reading a lot in the 1990s, early 2000s of, policymakers in Costa Rica kind of warning that if we continue with these economic reforms and we don't address their impact on inequality, long term, we're going to have problems like more insecurity. We're going to have more marginalized people. So, so that was kind of already, a warning back in the early 2000s. When I was just in Costa Rica last summer, I kind of spoke with some people that had said, we were with the people that were saying, if you don't address these levels of inequality, we're going to have more problems, right? We're going to have societal problems, especially in terms of security and crime. And they're kind of frustrated because they're like, this is 30 years in the making, right? So on one hand, you see that there's kind of domestic changes in Costa Rica. I think last time I checked, Costa Rica was the third most unequal country in the hemisphere, right? So really, and again, that's not what Costa Rica used to be, right? Costa Rica was one of the first welfare states in the region. It actually usually had really strong social protections, services for citizens. That starts to get kind of gradually chipped away at in the 1990s. And that's when you also start to see these rates of inequality increase. So now Costa Rica is highly unequal. And some of these kind of problems that we're seeing tend to be focused in countries with higher levels of inequality.
So, I mean, we don't liken it entirely to sort of countries in the region like Honduras or Guatemala, but it's certainly going down that pathway.